Greyhound View this week, we have the best of the action from the Paddy Power Irish Derby Night, the richest race in the world this year, the launch for the new IGB website and the semi-finals of the Failte Ireland 600 from Lifford. But first, we head to Youghal. The final of the Red Mill Southern Champion Stakes took place in Youghal on a rather wet Friday night last week. There was strong competition for the winner's prize of €15,000. In Fortune goes through the lineup.
Well, the runners now on parade for the Red Mill Southern Champion Stakes. In one word of God, this veteran owned and trained by Francis O'Donnell, a son of Vintage Prince and Batty Spirit. In Trap 2, the favourite, MOUNTLEADER ROLF, owned and trained by Donny O'Mahony and Mill Street, a son of Smooth Rumble and MOUNTLEADER Diva. In 3, Miss Opulence, trained by Bill O'Hare for Sue Burden, this a daughter of Chloe's Whisper and Ava's Delight. In 4, Leave You Sandy, the son of Roanoke and Leave You Vixen, trained by Dennis O'Driscoll for Liam and Philip Marks. In 5, SYNONE Starlight, trained by Francis O'Donnell for Ray Patterson, a daughter of SYNONE Freddie and SYNONE Faye. And 6, the strong-running Valentia CITRATE, trained by Francis O'Donnell, a third representative for her, owned by Maurice Jackson and Tom Smith in Waterford, son of Larkle Joe and Illid CITRATE. They're here now well on the way for this final, worth €15,000. The favourite in Trap 2, MOUNTLEADER ROLF. Here up behind traps and away they go. A fairly level start, but number 4, Leave You Sandy leads, immediately cutting inwards, coming past the line the first time. Oh, terrible fall at the back. Number 2, MOUNTLEADER ROLF, the favourite, fell over, but out front is number 4, Leave You Sandy. On the outside now in a prominent position is Valentia CITRATE, and showing good pace on the outside. Valentia CITRATE just takes over a narrow lead, but Leave You Sandy coming back on the inside. Back in third, number 1, Word of God, into the third corner though, and number 6, Valentia CITRATE strides clear impressively. Back in second, number 1, Word of God, further back number 4, Leave You Sandy, but this one's all over. Valentia CITRATE, he stays on strongly, he wins it easily. Second, number 4, Leave You Sandy. Third, number 1, Word of God. The winning time, 30:32. And the result of the Red Mill Southern Champion Stakes. The winner, Trap 6, Valentia CITRATE. Second, number 4, Leave You Sandy. And third, number 1, Word of God. 30:32, the winning time.
Oh, I'm delighted, thrilled, especially, you know, being such a bad night and it's such an open class race. I was very pleased.
He's a half brother to the late Joe, and his style of running is very similar to it. He breaks slow enough, but he gets himself into a good position around the first bend, and he's very crafty and he has exceptional back pace, and he appears to stay all right. So he does, and his trainer thinks that he'd stay further with time.
The Irish Greyhound Board unveiled a new website that's set to revolutionise the greyhound industry in Ireland. It started with a photo shoot last Friday morning at Harold's Cross, and guests were invited that evening to a demonstration which coincided with the first round of the BCR DROOPYS Vieri Puppy Derby. Michael Fortune spoke with acting CEO of Bord na Gón.
The new website, Michael, a huge advancement for the game.
Yeah, well, I suppose we started to look at the development of the business there 2 or 3 years ago, and one thing we said was if we wanted to develop the industry going forward, and in particular the betting platforms going forward, we had to look at the IT infrastructure for the business, and part of that was the development of the website.
This will be a massive advantage for the ordinary racegoer, the owner, the trainer, everybody involved in the game.
Yeah, well, I suppose everybody will be able to see when dogs are entered, be able to take a race card from the web, and be able to look at the results, in particular on the web. And that will generate an interest in itself, which will allow people to bet through our joint venture betting partners who are off track and interface into the pools in Shelbourne and Harold's Cross. We've also looked at other sites on an international basis, and we have developed a breeding element to our website which will show a 3-generation extended pedigree, and we hope to extend that in due course to a 5-generation extended pedigree. And for anybody who's got an interest in breeding, that'll be a huge advancement. Our purpose is to provide benefit to owners, to trainers, and this is part of the board's overall remit, and we're very, very pleased with the website and the way it's been developed with our partners Aircom and X-Wave, who developed the site for us.
We're here at Shelbourne Park. It's the big night of the year, the final of the Paddy Power Irish Greyhound Derby. It's worth €150,000 to the winner. It's the richest prize in World Greyhound racing. Climate Control is the hot favourite. He races from Trap 5. He's trained by Seamus Graham, who's bidding to win it for the third time, having scored in 1984 with Dipmac and back in 96 with Tina Marina. But first, let's take a look back at the Diamond Stakes, which was here on Thursday night. It was run for dogs that were knocked out in the early stages of the Derby.
And here's the lineup then for the DROOPYS KEWELL Diamond Stakes 550 final. 7,000 on the trophy to the winner. In trap 1, Safari King. In 2, Take a Right. In 3, Dara Gem. In trap 4, Two Shames. In trap 5, Early Lark. And in trap 6, Cabbage White. And that's it, they're away. 6 is away quickly. Cabbage White, 5 gone up fast. 2 Early Lark, 3 tracking them with Dara Gem. On the inside, then there's 2 Take a Right, followed then by 1 on the inside, Safari King, and then 4 Two Shames down the far side. 6 Cabbage White leads by a length. Early Lark is second and 5. Here comes 2 Take a Right with a strong run. They go to the third bend now. Cabbage White in 6 from 2 Take a Right, and then 5 Early Lark into the lane now. 2 pressing 6 and then 5 down the lane. 6 on the outside. Cabbage White. Here comes 2. 2 wins it. Take a Right from 6 Cabbage White. 5 was third. Early Lark. And the result then of the DROOPYS KEWELL Diamond Stakes 550 final: first trap 2 Take a Right, second trap 6 Cabbage White, and third trap 5 Early Lark, and the time 29:73.
Guest of honour on Derby night was Ireland's President Mary McAleese, amongst many well-known faces. We caught up with the President enjoying her first visit to Shelbourne Park.
What a great night's entertainment it is, a night of fun, for particularly if you're coming out with a gang and you want just a night of relaxation and something a bit different. So I think that that's very indicative of the fact that the word entertainment, you know, a broad-based concept of entertainment really has taken hold of this industry. It's €100 million as an industry. In fact, it's over that amount of money, I think, this year. It's a huge, huge investment in Ireland and for Ireland.
And of course tonight, the Paddy Irish Derby, it's the richest greyhound race in the world this year.
Isn't
I'm
that
amazed
something?
it's your first time to the races.
It is. It's about time I went to the dogs, I suppose, so it's taken me over 50 years to get here, but anyway, I'm here now.
We're going to get you back
I'm
again.
looking forward to it, I have to say, really looking forward to a good
Before
night.
I let you go, any inside information on the big one?
I'm only through the door and I haven't got enough yet, but I'm hoping that a few people will take pity on
I'm
me as
sure
a
you'll
first
get
timer.
advice.
I'm also hoping that I'll have beginner's luck too.
The Paddy Power Consolation Final gave us another chance to see some of the great dogs which made it to the semi-finals of the Derby in action again.
Our 8th race, the Paddy Power Consolation Derby. In 1, Shinawil Bertie, 2, Canute, 3, Priceless Rebel, 4, Droopy's Agassi, 5, Jewel Nikita, and 6, Chestnut Jet. The favourite goes from 4, Droopy's Agassi, usually fast away. Will he get the start tonight? Reasonably well away. It's 5. Jewel Nikita leads up from Droopy's Agassi. Droopy's Agassi showing his early pace, going up the inside of Jewel Nikita, and Droopy's Agassi runs wide but leads on the corner. Number 3 slips through into second, Priceless Rebel, running his last race of his career. 5, Chestnut Jet on the outside, well poised for his big finish, but into the third bend is Droopy's Agassi out front, the hot favourite. He's 2 lengths in front from number 3. Priceless Rebel putting in a good run. Could he go out on a successful swan song for Priceless Rebel? He takes it up, coming to the line. It's number 3, Priceless Rebel wins it. I think Chestnut Jet might just have got second ahead of Droopy's Agassi. The time is 29:78. It was to be his last race, Priceless Rebel. It could be a winning one. As we see a rerun of this one, and number 5 was fast away, Jewel Nikita. Now Droopy's Agassi got going, showing an impressive early pace, going up in second place. Priceless Rebel made a good start for him. He's in third. Now Droopy's Agassi leads, but he runs very wide on the opening corner. Carries Jewel Nikita with him, and this gives Priceless Rebel a great opportunity. Slips through into second place on that second bend. Down the far side, it's Droopy's Agassi. By what? 2 lengths in front. From 3, Priceless Rebel in second. 5, Jewel Nikita third. Chestnut Jet just getting into it as they hit the third bend, and Droopy's Agassi still out front. From 3, Priceless Rebel in second. Chestnut Jet third, and then Jewel Nikita. Now, here's where the railing of Priceless Rebel comes tight off that final bend. Owned by Kathleen Murphy, trained by Paul Hennessy. He won the Scottish Derby last year. This was to be his last race, and I'm sure they're not going to go back on that decision. Coming to the line, Priceless Rebel wins it. It's close for second, it's very close between number 6, Chestnut Jet, and 4, Droopy's Agassi. And the SPs on that 8th race, the Consolation Derby. Winner number 3, Priceless Rebel, at 10-1. No wonder the bookmakers are screaming. Second, number 6, Chestnut Jet, at 7-1. And third, number 4, Droopy's Agassi, the 6-4 on favourite. The time 29:78.
What a result. I mean, it was too good to even dream that could happen. But you know, the very same result, or the very same race was run here during the Gold Cup in February, I think, with Droopy's Agassi and himself, and he picked off Agassi as well that night. And we were lucky tonight the breaks came for the dog, and his heart is the biggest part of him. He's a fantastic greyhound. That's his 6th Derby to run in, And I don't think any dog ever ran as many derbies as he has, and didn't always go his way in them. But I mean, you know, it's wonderful to finish on a note like that. To win the constellation was brilliant for him.
A real crowd favourite. He seems to be around forever. Like he's 4 years of age. Of course, he was in the final of the Puppy Derby. He won the Scottish Derby. Surely the highlight.
Yeah, he broke the track record here, Ian, and the track mightn't have been running as well that time as it is now, and they still haven't anyone done any better than it, you know what I mean? And that's, you know, he's 28, 27 down here winning a final of a stake as a puppy. And that always kept me going. I said, you hold the track record here, you know what I mean? If we could get you sound enough. He was a real willing dog. And, you know, he hasn't hardly got a sound leg on him, to be honest, but like, he has a wonderful heart, and it really is a pleasure with the dog and his owners, Brian and Kathleen, who had to go back to the Cayman because of the hurricane, and they couldn't be here tonight, and we'll have the tape for them, and it's just a fabulous victory for a fabulous dog with lovely owners.
Join us in part 2 for the world's most valuable greyhound race from Shelbourne Park.
Well, we've seen the appetizers, but now the time for the big one, the final of the Paddy Power Irish Greyhound Derby. No mistakes can be made. They're on the way to the parade area. Let's take a look at the runners.
The evens about climate control has gone from evens to 4 to 5 now, as we see number 1, FONTAINE, coming up towards the podium area. This dog owned by Larry O'Rourke, a man from Bere Island in Cork, living in Berkshire, bred by Mark Cusson in Limerick, in Charleville actually, in County Cork, and trained by Andy Iono, a son of Split the Bill and Bunny's Joy. LaFontaine, one of the outsiders here, a strong finisher he is. In 2 is DROOPYS Youghal, owned by Lawrence Blunt and Martin Wakefield, trained by Fraser Black, son of DROOPYS KEWELL and DROOPYS Chloe, bred by Sean and Michael Dunphy in Portlaw. DROOPYS Youghal, a much improved greyhound. He was always a classy sort. He's a very strong finisher. If he's in touch, passing that halfway mark, he's going to take a bit of beating. Number 3 here is First Charter, owned by Reggie Roberts, a son of Jamela Prince and Newbridge Guard. Reggie, one of the shrewdies of the game, had DROOPYS Reese, finished second last year. First Charter, the outsider of the party, but he's a good starter. And when Reggie gets one out in the final, he takes a bit of beating. Don't rule him out at all, this fella, First Charter. Here is Mustang Mega, huge roar for this one, owned by Stephen Burke and Alex McKenzie. We hear that roar in the background. Trained by Stephen Burke, he's had his licence for a year. This one, a daughter, Rowan Oakey and Knock Even Joy, ran up the Oaks. She's flying from traps, brilliant early pace, and when she gets out front, she takes a fair bit of catching. 8 bitches have won this derby in the past. She's bidding to become the 9th. And in 5, the favourite. What a cheer for Climate Control, owned by Kevin Smith and Aidan O'Regan, trained by Seamus Graham, this son of Larkill Joe and Ballantrae Star. He's a cool fella, this fella. Climate Control, a brilliant performer, loves Trap 5. Seamus Graham has trained 2 previous winners, bidding for the treble here. This dog bred by Ailish McCann in Wexford. Climate Control, if he can get that break, he'll take some beating. And here's number 6, Maryville Rumble, trained by Francie Murray, owned by Dave Cahill, bred by Philip Mason in Limerick, a son of Smooth Rumble and Budweiser Mary. He started his career as Rumbles are ahead. But they are the 6 finalists for this absorbing race. The winner to receive €150,000. It's getting very close now. It's packed here at Shelbourne Park. This special night, the most valuable greyhound race in the world. Huge crowd, magnificent atmosphere. There's not a vantage point to be got. I probably have the best one of a minute. They're all in. The bell goes for the Derby Final. The 2003 Paddy Power Irish Derby Final. In 1, LaFontaine, 2, DROOPYS Youghal, 3, First Charter, 4, Mustang Mega, 5, Climate Control, and 6, Maryville Rumble. The favourites in 5. The break is vital. The hare coming up behind Traps. Away they go, and it's number 4, Mustang Mega out first with 3, First Charter, and there's Climate Control going up the outside. On the corner, and Climate Control goes around and takes it up. On the second bend, and number 5, Climate Control hits the front. DROOPYS Youghal is at the rear. He's not going to win. Down the far side, Climate Control by 3 legs. From 3, First Charter in second. Number 4 putting in a big run again, Mustang Mega. Last bend, and it's Climate Control. 3 legs in front, turning for the judge. Climate Control, Mustang Mega in second. 6 is tied, but Climate Control has won the Derby. Mustang Mega is second. Maryville Rumble is third. Absolutely sensational. 29.71. Climate Control, once he got around him on that opening bend, that was it. He was never going to be caught. A 3rd Derby for trainer Seamus Graham, a 2nd Derby for owner Aidan O'Regan, and a 1st Derby for his joint owner Kevin Smith. As we watch it again, Number 3 out fast, First Charter. Reggie always gets him out quickly. Mustang Mega going up well, but here goes Climate Control on the outside. He steers a lovely course, just keeping outside the bitch. Onto the second bend, Climate Control hits the front. He's never going to be beaten from here. First Charter in second. 4, Mustang Mega in third. She ran a game race. Maryville Rumble putting in a good run back and forth, but it's Climate Control as we see him cutting in for the third bend. He's what, 3 lengths in front. Mustang Mega gamely back into second place. Got a little bit of a bump there from Climate Control in front, but it's Climate Control. That's usually his weakest spot between the third and fourth bends, but once he turns for home, you ain't going to catch me, baby. He's out front, coming down the straight. Climate Control going to win it here. In second is Mustang Mega. Number 6, Maryville Rumble running on strongly, but at the line, it's Climate Control. He won the consolation last year. He's won the Derby itself this year. A great performance, as we see again this one with Climate. He's out quite well, but not one of his flying starts that he can make, and it's First Charter with that good run up early. Number 4 in second, Mustang Mega, and there's Climate Control on the outside. 6, Maryville Rumble in fourth, around that corner. And once he cleared, once he avoided that bump from Mustang Mega there, really this race was decided. Climate Control, this blue son of Larkhill Joe and Ballantrae Star. We can't ever remember a blue winner of this Derby before. History has been made, or has it? Climate Control out front, runs wide down the far side, but as we saw that front shot, he really cut in again at the third bend. And well, he had nothing to cut off at that stage because he was 3 lengths in front. We're not seeing the bitch in second place, Mustang Mega, running another gallant race. She was second here in the Oaks, he's second in the Derby. But Climate Control, great performer. He's had his problems. He cracked the hop last year, but he has bounced back. He's been trained with this Derby in mind, and now he has come along and he's taken it. €150,000. There'll be some celebrations after this one. As we see here, Climate Control coming up towards the line to win it from Mustang Mega in second, Maryville Rumble in third, the time 29.71, and the SP on the final. Climate Control the winner, the 5-4 on favourite. Second, number 4, Mustang Mega at 7-2, and third, number 6, Maryville Rumble at 8-1, the time 29.71.
To win a Derby is always special. 2 of the happiest men in Shelbourne Park with me here now. Aidan O'Regan winning his second Derby, and Kevin Smith winning his first. And very delighted men indeed. Kevin, can you explain how you feel at this moment in time?
Absolutely fabulous, absolutely. Great, absolutely thrilled. And myself and Aidan, both of us I think are equally thrilled.
Yeah, I think it's been an outstanding Derby for us from start to finish. And from the minute we had this Greyhound, we've had tremendous enjoyment out of him.
That's right.
I think he's an outstanding Greyhound.
And all credit to Seamus.
And I think Seamus Graham has been great. And I also wanted to kind of pay a tribute as well now to Ailish, who actually bred the dog, and my brother-in-law as well, Michael Norris down there, and Alice, and a man called Jimmy Mansfield as well, who started to gallop it before it came to Seamus. But ultimately he went to the best trainer in my view in Ireland, and he's absolutely superb.
The 2 of you lads, you put an awful lot of money into greyhounds. You own an awful lot of greyhounds between you. No, come on lads, you have it to spend at least, you know. But
did you ever hear of a cavalryman putting money into greyhounds?
Tell me, Aidan, you won it in '96. How does it compare?
Well, I suppose after '96 you say you'd never win it again. When you're in this final, we were favourite from the word go. The pressure was, I think, immense, and you just think about the discussions we've had with poor Seamus Graham from the word go. The pressure was there. I got tremendous enjoyment out of this, and I thought this by far was my best moment in greyhounds.
To win a Derby is always special, but to win 3, well, that's truly unbelievable. Seamus, you make it look easy.
Well, I can tell you it's not easy, it's pretty tough. But early in the year, I told the lads that this is a brilliant greyhound, and I said to keep him, not to run him too much. And there's no bother in dealing with these guys. They have plenty of brains, and they let me do what I wanted to do, and that was to win the Derby.
You kept him ticking along during the Derby. You seemed to get better and better and better, and tonight, well, you saw what he did tonight. He had to get around them on the outside or at the first and second bends, but he went on and did it.
He's plenty of intelligence. He just goes where he has to go, and when he hits the front end, he's brilliant pace in the back straight. I knew when he went to the third bend that he wouldn't get caught.
Like you won it with Dip Mac in '84, and of course Tina Marina back in '96. How does he compare?
They were all great runs.
we won't make you choose between them. Any plans for him?
Not at the moment. We'll have a little meet and then plenty of wine and water, and he'll have a rest for a few days now anyway.
Well, Seamus, I know you have a long night and a long week ahead of you, so best of luck. Well done again.
Thanks very much.
Lifford hosted the semi-finals of the Failte Ireland 600 last Sunday night. There were 2 heats, and Ian now takes us through the runners for the first.
The runners now in traps for the opening semi-final. In 1 we have Dita Davy. Trap 2 the hot favourite, He's the Biz. In 3 Ballymac Pride. 4 Always a Rumble. In 5 Mr Mercedes. And 6 Guess Who's Back. They're here well on the way up behind the traps. And they're away. A fast start by number 4, Always a Rumble. The favourite slow into stride. Into the corner. It's number 4, Always a Rumble. With number 3, that's Ballymac Pride. Into the corner. And number 3, Ballymac Pride. Takes over on the inside. On the outside, number 4, Always a Rumble. Back in third, number 1, Dita Davy. Down the far side. Neck and neck. Number 3, Ballymac Pride with number 4, Always a Rumble. Back in third. Number 2 now, He's the Biz. Showing good pace, but forced a check at that point. But out front, it's number 3, Ballymac Pride. Going to lead into the home straight. Here comes Always a Rumble in the outside. Back in third, number 1, Dita Davy. Running very wide. Coming up the line, it's number 4, Always Rumble the near side. He's the Biz on the far side, coming to the line, there he gets it, Always a Rumble wins it, second number 2 the favourite, He's the Biz, back in third, number 3 Ballymac Pride. And the result of the opening semi-final, trap 4 Always a Rumble wins in 32.50, a new track record, second trap 2 He's the Biz, and third number 3 Ballymac Pride. Runners now in traps for the second semi-final. In trap 1 the favourite, Air Force James. Trap 2 is Carn Lass. In 3 Coolavani Euro. 4 is King Craig Brindle. In 5 Go Barking Mad. And 6 is Top of the Best. They hear up behind traps. They're off. A level enough start. Number 5, Go Barking Mad going up well. Number 2, Carn Lass also there. Now in the middle. Number 4, King Craig Brindle. But into the corner. It's number 5, Go Barking Mad. Running a little wide. Now number 4, King Craig Brindle takes up the running. In third, number 2, Carn Lass. The favourite has a bit of work to do. He's back in 5th. But out front, it's number 4, King Craig Brindle. Could have a shock in our hands here. Number 5, Go Barking Mad in second. Number 3 now, Coolavani Euro. Showing fine pace in third spot. But around the final corner, number 4, King Craig Brindle has kicked on. A couple of lengths clear. Number 5, Go Barking Mad. Running a little wide. Here comes number 1, Air Force James. Number 2, Carn Lass. But coming to the line, number 4, King Craig Brindle wins it. It's very close for second spot. The winning time, 32.61. The result of the second semi-final, trap 4, King Craig Brindle the winner. Dead heat for second between number 2, Carn Lass, and number 5, Go Barking Mad. The winning time, 32.61.
And the trap draw for the final, to be held next Saturday the 27th, resulted in trap 1, Always a Rumble. In 2, Carn Lass. Trap 3, He's the Biz. In 4, King Craig Brindle. Trap 5, Ballymac Pride. And in 6, Go Barking Mad. So what a wonderful week of action. Let's relive now the magical moment when climate control proved just how hot he is.
They're all in. The bell goes for the Derby Final. The hare coming up behind traps. Away they go, and it's number 4, Mustang make out first with 3. First charter, and there's Climate Control going up the outside. On the corner, and Climate Control goes around and takes it up. On the second bend, and number 5, Climate Control hits the front. Down the far side, Climate Control by 3 lengths. Last bend, and it's Climate Control. 3 lengths in front, turning for a jump. Climate Control, Mustang make in second. 6 is Target, Climate Control has won the Derby. Absolutely sensational, 29.71. Climate Control, once he got around him on that opening bend, that was it. He was never going to be caught.